This Let's Play was supported by these awesome hobby companies.
Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play Crescent Moon from Osprey Games. This is a game of desert control in 10th-ish century in the Middle East, as we're a whole slew of various factions trying to gain command and power of the region. So John will be playing the Warlord. I'm playing the nefarious Murshid, all about the agents tinkering away in the background. Justin is our Sultan.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for someone to rock through my city singing Prince Ali.
Don't know what that means. And
Disney.
Shay is the Caliphate. So this is a asymmetric game of board control, essentially, and this is our board setup. Now, there are a couple of things to look at when we're out here. First off, this setup is one of the, I think you call them scenarios. There's different maps in the back that you can set up to play. We have green, fertile land. It's worth quite a bit. We have a religious shrine, which is generally always good to have. We've got some wilderness up here at the top. A couple of quarries, very good for generating income. The desert, terrible for everything. Apparently I've set up home there for reasons best known to somebody else.
I mean, just sitting on the mountain or the top of a dune, just watching everybody.
Oh no, this is all dunes down here. The mountains are way over there where the Caliphate are, although he's also across here.
It's the best, really.
Now, when you're moving, you move into adjacent areas. There is one exception. These rivers are essentially a dividing line, and only at this river crossing can you actually cross. So you can go from here to here. You can't cross into this. Essentially, this is a cordon. So it kind of divides the board in two and makes this central area very important. Warlord is black. The fantastic Murshid are pink. The Sultan is green. And the Caliphate is blue.
However, the Sultan is also yellow, because I do build those.
Yes, you do build those. They are just settlements rather than fortresses or military installations. We also have a second part of the game, which is up here with our markets. So this is where we get our power cards. And it's an interesting little one. You've got the near market, the middle, the far, and the Sultan's market. We'll come back to Sultan's market in a moment. When you do an action in the game that allows you to buy cards from the markets, you can buy one card from every market, as long as you've got the coins to do it. So they start very cheap. The near market's only 2 dinar, going up to 4 for the middle and then 6 for the far market. Now, there are a couple of caveats to that. First caveat is if you're buying a card of your own color, it's half price. So if you were buying this Raiders card, Shay, it would only cost you 3 from the far market.
That would be Mr. Lang.
Oh, sorry, John, for your Warlord. The second thing is every turn, we remove the 2 from the near market in the upkeep phase and shuffle everything down. Likewise, if any cards are bought from here, they get shuffled down. So new cards are always the most expensive and then work their way slowly down the track.
So it's basically the caravans coming in.
Yeah. The Sultan's market is different because the Sultan's market has no value. It is anywhere between 3 and 5 coins, depending on how the Sultan is feeling.
Yeah, do I like you or no?
Yeah.
And also, it does not automatically reset. I have to spend a conspire action to refill it.
Yeah. So that's interesting. It means the Sultan can easily pick up a card for free every turn, for at least the first couple of turns, until such times that they need refilled. So there's that going on. Lastly, we have our little tracker here. So the game is going to be played out over 3 years. Each year has 4 seasons, essentially our phases for our actions. So we'll all get 4 actions in a game year. And then you also have the scoring phase, reserves, upkeep down here, income we were to be doing for the first turn. Because we already start off with some coins and some victory points each. And the reason we start with victory points is because this is a game of control, but it's also a game of sort of skill and negotiation. And when you are buying your cards, the money will go to whoever owns the card color. But unless it's your own, in which case it goes to the reserves. But when you're looking to gain influence on the board, that's all done by the medium of victory points. So if you want me not to hamstring you in a contest of influence on the table, then maybe you're going to have to pay some victory points for me to chuck a card in your favor. It's one way of doing it. They are all asymmetric. They're all very distinctly unique. So the Warlord is very aggressive. Starts with the Warfare card in their hand and get victory points outside the normal upkeep phase. They get them as soon as they've rocked in and sacked somewhere or had a combat. They score victory points immediately. I'm all about trying to keep a balance and spread influence over the place as much as possible. The Sultan is all about garnishing all of the areas.
I mean, building public housing.
Yeah. So there are some victory conditions, and we all have a specific one for the year one objective, which is a good one to take a look at. You can only score it at the end of year one after we've done our 4 actions. So for me, if I have an influence token in a hex containing another player's settlement or stronghold, I'll get 4 VPs, but I only get to score that at the end of the first year. Who have you got then?
For my one, for the Sultan, my year one condition is have at least 5 of your settlements or strongholds on the map in any combination, and that will score me 4.
Okay.
I have at least 4 castles or influence tokens on the map in any combination for 4 victory points.
Okie dokie.
And I have at least 4 units on the map.
Should be doable.
His is the easiest.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing. He already has 1 unit on.
Yes.
And that's just influence. I don't think that's units, is it?
Yes/no.
Okay.
Because it's unique to the Warlord, that one as well. But we'll get into that in a moment. May as well kick off with turn 1, year 1. Okay, so very first thing we do in the first part of year 1 is reserves. Only 2 of our characters actually have reserves that they can build up. So John, you have a reserve of 3.
Yeah. So during the preparation phase, if there are fewer dots on the
units.
map, and this card combined, you can reserve. You can. I hate reading. I honestly hate reading. This is why I don't play. Add whatever that card says.
That card says if there's less than 3 units spread between the map and that card, you can add as many units to that card to bring you up to 3. So you've got 1 unit on the map.
Okay.
So you can add 2 to your reserves.
Okay. So where do my reserves sit?
Sit on your
Just
card.
sit on the card. Okay.
Till you use an action to draft them in. Shay, you also have a reserve card, but yours works differently.
I do indeed. Mine says reserve value 1 of these plus 1 of these.
Yeah. So that is whatever value your forts and your influence is on this map. So your reserve starts at 2 because you've got no influence, but 2 forts on the map. And it can potentially go up much, much higher.
Yeah.
So you've got 1 unit on the table currently, so you can put 1 on your reserve.
Fantastic.
You also have a palace.
I do.
And your palace has to start somewhere where you have presence. Now it can float around as the Caliphate just sort of gets on a caravan and decides to head south for the winter type of thing.
Just takes my palace with me.
Yeah, you can just move to the center of your regional control. So maybe today you're in the high mountains and then you decide that this is a bit chilly and you'll go off to somewhere delightful and pretty instead. So do you want to choose where your palace is going to be set up?
Okay, so it has to be somewhere where I already own.
It has to be somewhere where you have a presence. So either here or here. You can't go into a new place.
See, I don't like that.
Right.
That scares me. I don't want him to take my palace from me, which wouldn't be very nice of him. So I'm going to go over here.
Well, if your palace gets removed, you can always come back and rebuild somewhere else in the future.
True.
I mean, I'm sure there's cheap labour.
Yeah, exactly. We know all about that.
And the only other thing we need to do is I have a plot action.
Dun, dun, dun.
Where I take the top 7 cards and I can look at them. And if any of them are pink, of which most of the cards in this deck are, because I'm all about the influence. If I have nothing in my hand, I can take 2. If I've got anything in my hand, I can take 1 card. I'm going to have that one.
Is there a hand limit?
There's a hand limit of 8.
Okay.
And I'm going to take that. And then I'll just shuffle these onto the top. And we're good to
continue on.
Continue on. Bump, 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 bump. So upkeep for the first turn shouldn't be anything major for us because it's generally tidying up and moving stuff and picking up cards. So I think we skip that. We do.
Okay.
So we can get into the first action proper. And there's a set turn order, which is Warlord first and then clockwise around.
Okay.
So everybody gets 1 action and then we continue until everybody's done and dusted. Where do you want to go first then, John?
I'm not sure.
I do like the fact that you have the cheat sheet with your actions just all listed out for you.
Well, again, these are asymmetric. So while we have the majority of your actions are the same, some people have changes. So if you want to move units around the table, normally you can nominate 2 hexes and move your units from those hexes to somewhere else. The Warlord can move 3.
Oh, right.
3 hex worth, rather. Likewise, if it comes to building, I can build 2 things normally. The Sultan can build 3 in one go. So they're similar but different.
Okay, so I can recruit at
Yes.
this stage.
Yeah,
This action.
because you've already got reserves in there.
Yep, so I can put up to 2 on. So on the board, I'm going to chuck 1 in here.
Yep.
And chuck 1 in here.
So areas that you already have influence or presence in.
Yes. Is that the only thing I can do
Yep.
in that action?
Yep.
Okay.
So you've only the 1 action to worry about at a time. I am going to see about throwing some influence out. So with my influence, I can choose either an area I have influence or presence in, or an area that is adjacent to it, because I'm all about spreading the love far and wide. And as far as this goes, I have presence here in the desert and presence up here because I have influence. So normally what you would do is nominate where you're going to go and then see if there is a conflict going to erupt over the influence. So a war for hearts and minds type of thing. And you would put that down and then resolve it. In this case, I don't have to worry about that because there's nobody around who can bother me at the moment. So I'm just going to pop influence in there. And it's on to the Sultan.
Well, I think I'm going to start off the way I plan to continue. I think I'm just going to go for a build action. And I'm going to build 3 towns.
Okay.
So the towns is just any hex without a town or city.
Yep.
So I will pay 3 coins to the reserve. Grab my 3 towns and go a 1, a 2, a 3. And that should be all I want to do this round.
Rapid expansion already.
Wow.
It's kind of what the Sultan's built for.
Fair enough. Right, on to me. I need to get a bit of influence out. Let's be honest. I'm kind of stuck in that corner a bit. So I could just place it in any adjacent hex to
Well,
presence in.
So you'd nominate an area. So if you're going to go there, that's going to be a battle for influence because I'm already there. Likewise, if you go there, because the Warlord has influence, that one, he has presence in it, but not so much. So yeah, you've slightly more room for expansion on the other side towards the quarry, but you choose where you're going to go.
don't like that. Again, as I said before, so I'm going to go for right there.
Oh, hello. You've come to visit.
Good evening.
Okay, so to work out an influence contest then, you start with the attacker's influence. So if we look at this, the attacker gets 1 influence for any supporter units and strongholds they have in there, which you have none. 1 influence for attacker's settlements in the hex. Again, you have none in there. And there are no supporters. So nobody's buddied up with you there. So you're on your own. You're currently on 0. You will lose this one. I'm just saying.
Something else.
So it doesn't matter where I go.
Well, no, because you do have an open space here you could go into.
Yeah, but then he's just going to rock in. Yeah, okay, let's go for that.
There are 2. I mean, those are units.
Mm.
You can have units in an area where you've got influence, which is different.
Yeah.
Because that's people, if you want to think of it as votes in an area rather than actual physical combat. So he can rock in, it's not going to change the presence in the area.
Okay.
So in that case, there is nobody to contest with you, so you can just go ahead and pop your influence marker in there instead and remove the little challenge.
Fantastic.
And that's action 1 done. We're on to action 2. And back to the warlord.
So, I'm going to. I have a couple of options. I think. To be honest with you, I'm going to assault.
Right. Thought you would.
Yeah. So I'm going to take these 2 units and pop myself into the mountains.
Okie dokie.
Try and kick Shay off this side of the map a bit, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like him
I think
being
he's
there.
heard you may have a wonderful ski resort.
Yeah.
I do.
I need that ski resort.
It's brilliant.
Whatever skiing is in the 10th century.
You think the Swiss are good? You should see this.
I'm about to.
Okay. So for combat, it's similar. The first thing you do is select any cards you want to use. Now, you know Shay's got none.
John has one.
You have 1. If you use it, though, you will take casualties. But you may need to. Although, I'm adjacent. If you want to give me some victory points, I could help you out there. Possibly. Just saying. Or alternatively, Shay.
He's already getting his fingers in.
Who wants to bid for my loyalty? I'm just,
We each start with 5 victory points.
Yep. It's one of the few things that isn't divided up unequally.
Well, I'll let you make the first move.
Anybody want my love? No?
I mean, I'm waiting for him.
The thing about this is, if you bid or if you come to an agreement with me and you're unsuccessful, I don't get the VPs. So,
Right.
I'm not saying I could help either of you. I can still turn around and stab you in the back because you don't actually hand over the victory points until the end of the combat.
So payment on delivery.
That type of thing.
No, I'm not going to bid anything.
Okay. But you are going to use your warfare card?
Yes.
I'll
Can
pop that
I
up
bid
here.
for your help?
You could bid for my help. Sorry.
Could you give me some help? If I ask so kindly.
No.
No.
No. No, I'm quite content for you to get kicked out of the mountains.
It's all right. Keep my victory points in.
Yeah, well, you'll need them. Don't worry. Okay. So we start off then with the attacker. You have to put half of your... I'll pop that up there. Actually, be able to see it.
Yep.
Up here? Yep.
You have to put half of the units that are in the combat
Mhm.
onto that.
Okay.
But then that gives you +1 combat strength for each unit assigned.
So there was 2 units assigned.
Well,
So
no,
we're
assigned
going to-
to the card. So
Oh,
that'll
right.
give you +2 there. So you'll be on 3
Okay.
currently going in. You're attacking a castle, which is worth 2, I believe.
Are you talking victory points?
No, just the combat.
Combat.
So you're working out the strength of what he's assaulting versus what he's going in with.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So you've got a combat strength of 3 in total.
Yep.
Shay's castle is worth 2. So it's a simple 3-2.
Yeah.
Casualty-wise, you would take casualties equal to half of the opponent's combat strength rounded down. But you'll also take casualties on this. So after you've determined a victor, reply or return that to your supply. That goes back to your hand.
Yep.
But because you also take a casualty, technically you win there. But you've got nobody left in the area.
Okay. Okay.
John.
Can I change the
Normandy.
color? Huh?
Normandy.
Yeah. Can I change the color of the castle now?
No, because you've got nobody left in the area to actually have presence on it. You need to go in with more people.
Does Shay lose his castle? Does it get burnt to the ground?
No, you need people in there to sack it as well.
Okay. Normandy.
So while the
This is
three
fantastic.
got you the
That's all I have to
victory,
say.
Right.
if you'd gone in and just won with a draw, you'd have taken 1 casualty and had 1 person left in there. So playing the warfare card is actually detrimental to you in this case. It's not always good to have people dash themselves on the walls of castles.
That doesn't make any sense because I won, but I'm dead.
Think of it as a Pyrrhic victory. You've won, but there's nobody left to actually take the prize. That's
Sorry, Bobby the baggage boy isn't going to do it.
That's okay.
unlucky.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Who wrote this game?
An Australian.
Huh?
You've a long way to go if you want to deal with them.
Yeah, then we've done this wrong.
Shocking.
I couldn't resist.
So I've won this combat, but I have nothing left in the. Okay, that's fine. I will
Have to pick your battles.
write emails later.
That's unbelievable, Jeff.
Very believable. Right, me then.
Yes.
My second action. I think I'm going to attempt to spread some influence here.
Okay, you're coming to say hello to my lovely little city. We have gift shops.
Yeah, I think so.
He's going to sell you little meeples of his stuff.
Because you've got no technical presence there. I don't think your town. I may just be able to wander straight in there.
Yeah.
I just have to have a wee check as to whether or not towns and villages count as being presence, or if they're just, there we go.
I think there's more just for my taxation needs.
Yeah. So you don't currently have presence in that area, so I can just go ahead and spread the love there.
That's fine.
The weird thing about that is it means I could potentially get taxes from that, but you still get them anyway.
Oh yeah, I'll get them too.
So I can force the locals to hand over money to me, but they'll always still have to pay the Sultan.
I mean, they've got to pay me the tax on the plushies.
Okie doke.
On to me then?
On to you.
Right, so I kind of want to do influence now, but it says choose a hex where I have presence
Yes.
or that is adjacent. Okay.
Yes.
Now I understand. So I will grab this and I will begin to expand out to here
Okie dokie.
to put some influence down.
Sure. And that's fine for you. There's nobody else there.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And our Caliph.
Oh, I've got so much I want to do. Really, I hate going last,
I think it was going first,
but the other way around.
but in the middle.
Ah,
He's
a genius.
You get to give the rest of us a backhand if you need it.
that's true. I'm going to spread influence as well, I think. Yeah. I'm going to go here. Here. And you're not technically there.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, but...
There's a fort there. I have presence there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Coloured buildings, not towns and villages.
Oh, his
Or-
okay,
yeah.
his are different. I understand now.
You can still do it.
Still do, but I'll probably lose. Well, that's ruined my plans.
Oh no, what a terrible shame. I feel for you. Caliph.
Just going to build a castle instead. Fort, sorry. Fort.
Build a little fort. How much is that going to cost you?
1 coin.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh no.
Oh, if you're building it in the quarry though, it costs slightly more.
Oh, does it? Oh.
Yeah. Not a huge amount more.
Building in a mountain or quarry hex costs +1.
There you go.
Oh no.
That doesn't go to your pile, that goes to that. We wouldn't want you to accidentally recycle that back into your money there.
That would be terrible, wouldn't it?
That would be terrible.
There you go.
Okie dokie. 40.
To Mystery Warlord.
Yep.
Yep. I think I was a little quick off the mark. Wouldn't you all agree? I'm going to do another recruit.
Well, you've nobody left on your recruit currently from your
So
reserves.
I need to do a reserve, or do I need to do something else? It's during the prep phase, which is way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You could hire mercenaries.
You can mass.
I could mass, yeah. In each hex where you have influence and no other player control, I can place either 1 ordinary unit from my supply or 2 ordinary units from my supply and remove my influence tokens from those hexes.
Yep. So you can either drop a unit into both of these,
Yeah.
or lift the influence and drop 2 into them. It's a steady stream or a mighty army.
I'm going to go with a steady stream here. I'm going to add 1 to each. Keep them that way. That's me. Yoki.
Okay. I think I'm going to buy Assassinate
Okay.
from the market. Oh, hang on, easy dagger.
Oh, sorry.
Because if you move that too soon, I
Yeah,
get
the
that
price
half
change.
price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can potentially buy from multiple. What is muster?
Sounds like you'll be gathering up some of your folks.
Muster's good. Corrupt is also good. Got to buy muster as well, though. There you go. And then they shuffle. All go downstream.
Is there anything perhaps in my lovely Sultan's market that you would like?
I'm not even looking there.
Fair enough.
I've no more coins left. I can't.
But you
can't
do
afford
realise I can set the price to 0.
Yeah, you can.
Buy a little goodwill if there's something you maybe like.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
not at the moment. Ships are good. Ships are very good
Yes.
because that big river's a barrier to everybody at the moment. But no, I'm content with that.
Okay. I think on my turn I will probably also be buying from the market.
Why not? You're flush with cash.
Yeah. So it cost me 2 from this one, yes?
Yes.
And I will buy a corrupt. And because it's your colour, it will go to you, yes?
Yes.
So there is 2 coins for you, my good sir.
Thank you.
And because I bought, I get to take 1 from my market for free.
Yes.
Then,
Must be nice.
yeah.
It's good to be the Sultan.
Clearly.
Imagine having money.
So I can literally just skip this one and go into here, yeah?
Yeah, you can buy from as many or as few as you want. So you could potentially buy from all 4 markets in 1 turn, but you can only ever buy 1 per market.
Yeah. I think I kind of want to get that infantry. So 6 coins going to you, Mr. Shea.
Oh, thanking you.
And so everybody will shimmy up. Because that's me done there. And I think it's per buy action I get 1 out of here, not per market I get 1. I could be wrong on that. So it's not per card I buy from the 3 markets that I get 1. It's just when I do a buy action, I get 1.
We don't automatically get 1. You can take 1 automatically because you can set the price at 0.
Yeah.
But you don't have to take any from there at all.
Okay.
So the buy action gives you access to all 4 markets.
Okay. I'm happy with that. Up to you, Shay.
Thank you very much. Right. I've got another 2 armies on my doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think of them as 2 armies.
John,
Think of them as aggressive neighbours.
John, why don't we just join forces and crush the 2 politicians?
I don't see you having much of an army on the board, that's why.
He's got that. He's got more than me at the moment, to be fair. There's a tiny little army there.
Like, we could wipe them like this turn if we just joined forces.
What's it worth?
Easy.
What's it worth?
Nothing, because we're going to kill you anyway.
You think that?
Right. You know, maybe not. Oh, I did have a plan. I've forgotten said plan.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it?
That's a little bit of a problem.
I know what it was. It was recruit, because I want to put this bad boy there.
Ooh, fortifying.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are you scheming over there?
Nothing. I'm not scheming at all. I never scheme.
Don't like the look of his face.
We're on
especially when
to,
he's on the scheme.
4th action phase then of year 1.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to mass again.
Yep. The way to do it.
And that's all I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I see.
I'm guessing your booklet has just told you get armies down fast.
Make armies.
He's called the warlord.
Yeah.
So step 1, make armies. Step 2, sack settlements. Step 3, profit.
Could be. It certainly could be.
Eventually, I'm going to have an army that is so big that it's going to require a bit of shelter. And since I can't build,
I mean, you have tents.
there are people over there that have mud brick buildings that look a lot more happier than my tent.
Okay. So for my action, I'm actually going to play a card.
Mhm.
And I'm going to play Muster. That allows me to take 2 mercenary units and place them into an area where I have presence and is not controlled by another player. So I'm going to move some cavalry into there and then chuck that away.
Did you just say camelry?
Yes, that is the correct term for
Yes, he did.
camels.
I'm going to be spending some money to do some building.
Does make me wonder why cavalry isn't horsery. If camelry is the correct word.
I'm just going to pay 2
I know somebody's going to comment cavalier. I know. I
to
don't
build
care.
a fort in here.
Fort in there.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I am fortifying this position.
And I'm going to upgrade this to a castle
Mhm.
for an additional 4. And that is all I can do.
Fair.
Okie dokie.
Just, I'm seeing my neighbors building up. I'm seeing some people down on like the grasslands there that don't look super friendly.
They're not.
I'm not saying we're not friendly. I'm just saying what's it worth to you for us to not stab you?
I mean, have you seen my wonderful market?
Yeah, that's crap.
What's in there? Some infantry and some veterans.
Mm-hmm.
People who wounded in previous wars and are no longer employable anywhere else. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Not
They're
paying for them.
highly trained specialists.
In the words of,
You mean they're camel groomers?
well, there you go then, yeah.
Highly trained cripples.
Shocking. I don't even know why you put them up for sale.
That's why he wants rid of them.
Oh, the sticker left turn.
Yeah, slightly. Right. I want to spread a bit of influence.
Yes.
If I spread it there, we just draw and you win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless you've got cards to use. And you still haven't bothered getting any cards or, putting stuff in.
You've got a friend in me.
Can I use his cards to pay him?
If you pay me some of your VP.
No.
No? Oh.
Only if you're in the area. The only person who can spread influence beyond their borders is this.
Okay, sorry. Now I see what his specialty is.
Yeah. That's why I don't have many things in the way of stuff anywhere.
If I did it here,
Yes.
would he be able to? Because he's there.
But I'm not
again.
technically there. That's just one of my regular little...
And even then, he's not in the same. It has to be the same hex.
Oh, I get
The
you.
only person who
Okay.
can do it outside the hex is pink.
Just-
It's the Murshid.
That's terrible and I hate it.
Good.
Um,
All my little assassins and stuff love you for it too.
Ooh, okay. I think the only thing I really can do is I want to upgrade that to a castle,
Do a bit of building work in the
Yeah.
quarry.
which will just cost me the price of a castle.
Yeah.
To replace it. Okay. So cost 3 plus 1. So can I get change, please?
Yes.
Of 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're spending how many? 4?
Yep.
So you get 1 back.
Thank you.
So that should be fine.
With castle.
Okie dokie.
Your neighbours are fortifying.
So the end of the first year, and we hit the scoring phase.
Mm.
So the first thing we need to do is, I suppose we'll do them in order. Start with the warlord and work our way around. Do
Year 1 objectives.
Yeah.
We'll start with.
you want to throw up the map and we can see what's going on there?
So my year 1 objective is to have at least 4 units on the map, which I do, which I almost didn't, but I do. So
So you
that
get
is 4.
4. I'll give you those. For my year 1 objective, all I needed to do was have influence in a hex containing another player's settlement or stronghold. And I do. So I'll also get 4 VPs for that. Bum, 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 bum.
Ooh, I also technically won a combat.
Yes. Oh, yes. What do you get for that? You get 1.
Technically.
Any other VPs for you, Jerry, for your stuff?
Okay. So I don't have the Holy Site. And I don't have at least 2 strongholds on the map, so I don't get any of that. However, I do get for my influence. So I get 2 VPs if I have influence in a hex with a city.
Mm-hmm.
I get 1 VP if I have influence in a town. Nope. I get 1 VP if I have influence on a fertile hex. And I get 1 VP if I have the same hex as a stronghold and a quarry or mountain. So I don't have a quarry or mountain, do I?
You have
Well, you have influence in a quarry.
You have influence in a quarry and you have influence in
Yeah.
fertile land.
The fertile land is without a town or city, and the quarry is with a stronghold. So I've got influence, but not in the, I've got influence in a fertile land there
Yeah.
without a town. So that's okay. So I do get 1 for that. That's all of my VPs.
Right.
Sultan,
Has probably raked in quite a few, I would imagine.
So
leave us the map up.
my year 1 objective is have at least 5 of your settlements or strongholds on the map in any combination. I do.
You do.
So that'll be 4 VP for that.
Mhm.
And then for every city on the map, I will gain a VP.
You have 1.
Yes, so 1 VP for that. An additional 1 VP if no other player controls that hex.
No, I
No one
control
does.
it.
Oh, you have stuff in there? Okay. 1 additional victory point if no other player has an influence token in that hex. You do.
I do.
Secondary objectives. Have at least 4 influence tokens on the map. Do not. Control the hex with the Holy Site. I do not. And control at least 3 hexes. So having my towns in here, I don't know if those give me control.
No, control is,
Having influence in forts.
well, specifically having forts and units.
Ah.
So think of it as military control.
So that, I didn't earn a super amount from that, but enough to get me going.
And Caliph.
Not an awful lot. I did get my year 1 objective of have at least 4 castles or influence tokens on the map in any combination. So 4 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Does the palace count?
1,
Yeah,
2, 3,
that-
4.
Yeah.
The palace counts as like an upgraded fort.
Oh, it does! Oh, if I would have known that, I would have done something very different.
Wacky.
Someone might have stood their ground instead of let me wander into.
Utter pain.
It's all right. My guys threw themselves. They strawberry jammed themselves into the walls anyway. So
Control at least 4 hexes, more hexes than any other player. No.
You control 4. No, you only control 3.
Yeah, but he does control more than any other player.
But I need to control at least 4 anyway.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Control the hex of Holy Site. Nope. Control 2 quarries and a river crossing. Nope. Control either 2 quarries, 1 quarry, or a river crossing. Nope. So that's me.
Shocking. So then it's income then. Income is fairly simple.
Oh, sorry. I also missed this. For each hex you control, get a victory point.
Ah, so you control 3.
Any additionals?
1 additional point if the same hex as city.
No,
No, you don't have that because that's the only city on the
the only
board.
say on the board is
Okay.
undermine.
And 1 additional victory point if same hex as your castle and influence token. So that one. Castle and influence token.
Yes. That's worth another 1.
What a mess.
Fantastic.
Income. Start with John.
What do I get?
So you control fertile land. 2 pieces of.
Yep.
So that'll be worth 2 silver.
Okay. 2 silver, sir.
For myself, I control a quarry. That's worth 3. I control fertile land. That's worth 1, so I'm up to 4. I control the desert's worth nothing. And then I also have the fertile land here. So that's 5 and 2 for the city. So 7 in total.
There you go, sir. There are your taxes.
Money,
Thank
money,
you.
money, money, money.
And then for yourself,
Yes.
wilderness, worth nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because wilderness is worth nothing. However, you do get taxation from your towns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I will take that. Quite happily.
And our Caliph, you have fertile land. So that's worth 1. You also have quarry. That's worth 3. And nothing for the mountain.
Okay.
Yay.
There is your taxes, sir.
Thank you. I do love taxes.
Taxamica.
Anything else to do?
Nope, that is the end of year 1. Okay, so we're back for year 2 then. We need to sort, well, actually we'll do that in a minute in the upkeep phase. So people's income sorted, and we're on to reserves for preparation then. You currently have 5 units on the board, Warlord.
Yes.
So you're not going to get any reserve action this turn.
No.
And Spready Caliph, what are you up to now?
I currently have 3 castles and 1 influence. And you said the palace counts as basically a great castle?
Palace is a stronghold as well, yeah.
Okay, so I only have 2 units, so I get 3.
What are you on? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I've got 2 units on the board.
2 on there, so yeah. So you get 3 into your reserves.
Fantastic.
That's pretty handy.
That's why you can't let them spread. You need to kill them all. Sooner, if not later.
I
Okay.
don't think there's a dividing line down the board here, Shay.
Really, you don't say. I could
Doesn't
do with a bit more help here.
Doesn't have to be. On to the upkeep. We lose the last 2 off there.
So we lose a general. We lose a corrupt. And the caravans move forward.
So our new cards. Intimidate for influence. And chips or ships. And with that done, we're on to the first action.
Still starts with the warlord.
Always starts with the Warlord.
Okay.
Cool. I'm going to mass. Again.
Who would have thunk it?
I know. But I'm going to put them both here.
Okay.
So if you put 2 in there, you have to lift the influence marker from that.
Yes. I do. Then I'm not going to do that.
Spread it out again.
I don't want to lose the influence. I have very little as it is.
It can be handy for, but I imagine turn 3, they will just go away in favour of extra troops and then explode out in all directions.
Yeah. Go full attacky tack.
Right. For myself this turn, what will I do? I think I might buy some cards.
Is there anything tasty in there you want?
Decisions. I think I will. I think I'll buy.
Okay.
I'm going to buy from the farm market. Some ships. My own cards that will cost me half cost, so 3. Okay. Does anybody else out there that I want? While we're chucking money around.
You've got an intimidate, an incite, and something else there.
Oh, there's a camelry there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'll take a camel for 1.
Okay. Now, would it not be 2 because it's not your colour?
Oh yes, sorry. You can give me back change.
Yes. Funny that I'm the banker.
That's nice.
There are some lovely things in here.
No,
I will set the
you're
price
okay.
at 1 on each.
Stop trying to hawk us your
Filthy wares.
castaways.
No one wants beating up infantry
I will.
and cripples.
I'll buy some infantry off you.
Right, and that money goes to me.
Justin, you imbecile.
So did that. That's me. And on to you, Sultan.
Mm-hmm.
We've got siege engines.
So I'm going to spread my influence a little further out into the holy site for this action. No one is there, so not worried.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's a valid point.
Oh, be on my.
On to me then.
Yes.
Right, I'm going to finally buy some cards.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
How much for your veterans, good sir?
I'll tell you what. You've been asking for help. They're free.
Oh. I love that. Thank you very much.
There you go, sir.
As I can buy 1 from each market.
Honestly, they've been drinking my taverns dry of wine. I just need them out of my town, so all yours. Put them to work.
We will take them off your hands. And you said it's I can buy 1 from each market?
You can buy 1 from each market.
So it's 2, 4, and 6. Unless it's your colour, it's half price. So that would be 2, and they would be 3. So you have some siege equipment up there.
And I'm actually going to buy both of the ones you just pointed out.
Ah, okay. So that's
Siege engine and the cavalry.
5 coins, please.
You problemo. There you are. Like 5. Thank you very much.
Let's use
Oh,
it.
you're in for a world of hurt now, boy.
I think so. I don't think I am.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the warlord.
You know,
The biggest threat on the table.
Am I though?
he says that. But you're right beside some friendly Murshid who, play your cards right and they could come to your aid, I'm just saying. Be surprised what we have out here in the deep desert. Nobody likes the Caliphate coming in here, taking taxes off us.
Look, just because we're better than
Taxes.
all of you.
You and the Sultan both.
So we like each other because we're both uppity.
Very, very.
Young upstarts, eh?
It's the end of the first action, so action 2 then.
Alright, back to myself.
Does your action start with the letter M?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Funny that.
It's impressive.
It does. So, one there. And one there. Right, take it away, chaps.
Now, for people counting along at home, 5 is the cap for units in an area, unless you're the warlord, in which case it's 7.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
They have to make up for the fact that they don't really have buildings
So
in some way.
basically, brace yourself for year 3, Shay.
Oh.
I'm just waiting to see who wants to pay me to not attack them.
It's good. It's a very good point. You never know.
And I'm not really being an expansionist. I like this land with the river running through it.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's nice.
I mean, I just did some nice public works. That was all.
Where? You haven't done
All
it.
of the yellow places. Those are
Yeah.
public housing.
So? Maybe we like our tents now. Maybe this is a particularly good summer.
I mean, okay.
It could be a pretty good summer at the minute. We're all just chilling by the river.
Are you glamping?
No, glamping would mean we'd have to take the city to be glamping.
So he's glamping.
Yes.
And he's taking residence in it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not charging him rent. He's a friend. He's visiting.
I'm going to play a card
Oh dear.
because that caliphate is starting to annoy my happiness.
I'm slightly scared.
Well, you know, you should do. So I'm going to play a card to incite
Okay.
in this area. And incite lets me choose a hex controlled by another player, place a mercenary unit from my supply in that area, and start a combat there as the attacker. If you win, do not sack any towns or cities.
There it is.
Okay, so we're going to start combat. The first thing in combat is choose how many cards, if any, you want to use.
Well, that's useless. That's useless. I'm not using that one. Saving that for someone else.
Are you?
You don't have to use any cards at all. It's up to you.
Now, who declares first?
You declare simultaneously.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's more interesting.
Isn't it, though? So what's going to come up from below the table is the question.
What's the attack power of a mercenary?
Same as a regular unit.
It's one.
One.
Oh, right.
He does have a big hand of cards.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's fine. I'll play a card.
I'm going to play these two. I'm going to play Seize. So a hex with the player's fort. Start combat there with +2 combat strength. And if you win, capture the fort or castle if able. And I'm also going to assign one of the units in this combat +1 combat strength. So that pushes me up to 4 currently.
Well, you've won.
Have I?
Is that a stronghold or is that a castle? Is there a difference?
They're the same thing. They're just different.
So I get a +1 combat strength.
Right.
To my
So
stronghold.
you'll be on 2, +1 is 3. My 4 beats you.
Yes.
Your filthy blue Caliphate castle gets rubbed out though.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. It gets replaced with the lovely pink one. Now, during the casualty step, reduce the number of units you return to your combat supply by 1. So I should, because you've got what? You had 3 combat in there,
3.
half rounded down, so I should be taking a casualty back to my supply. But I won't in this case.
Okay.
And that little infantry card stays in front of me to come back to my hand in upkeep, because it's one of the bannerets. The other ones get discarded. What have you got? If it has a banner or, yeah, it sits in front of you. It's not quite discarded. It's just out of action for the rest of this.
Okay. We can build another one.
I feel better in the mountains. It's the high mountain air. It clears the sinuses.
Mm-hmm.
Sultan,
Yes.
Of pain.
I am going to build a fort for 2 coins. And I'm going to build it on the holy site.
ooh,
Just going to entrench a little bit here for now. I think it's nice. I like this place. There's a nice little oasis thing going on. It's very nice. You know, very peaceful.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna need that soon.
yeah, the holy site's worth like 4 VPs a turn. I think it's worth 5 for me. It's ridiculous. I have boats. I can put you across that river. That's not a barrier to you if you want to go in there for that holy site at some point. I'm just throwing that out there now. It could be very...
You know, after you're done kicking my toys in, he's coming to kick your toys in.
I might know. I'm quite comfortable where I am inside.
You know how valuable it is to him.
Just, you know, we'll divide up.
I mean, I like the color pink.
Everybody does.
I like looking at it more than I like looking at
Green and blue.
Makes sense.
I mean, blue's alright too, but
Go on
green's
then.
definitely not.
Caliphate, what are we up to? Oh, reserves coming.
Yep. Place up to 3 ordinary units from your reserve card in 1 or more hexes where you have presence and no other player has control. So those are just going to go in there. Those are mercenaries. There we go.
I see a bit of a Maginot line starting over here.
Really? Yeah, you don't say. With 2 bloody strongholds in it.
Also thrown out there, in the case of a draw in an adjacent hex to me, I choose the winner. So don't worry if he comes after you.
Mm-hmm.
I can still sway that in your, you know, we can deal with this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let the Caliphate put you down. That's us for turn, or action 2. Action 3 then.
Action 3.
Feeling assault coming.
I don't think I'm ready yet.
No.
I don't think I'm ready yet.
That's unfortunate.
No. So, yeah, okay. I might actually...
They're very expensive.
They are.
What do you think? I haven't hired any.
Yeah, I think we're just going to continue our mass a little. I'm not ready yet. So that's going from 5 to 6, and that's going from 4 to 5.
You just see them. Hold.
We're not doing anything aggressive. We're just chilling.
Yeah, I said you're holding.
Yeah, until we run out of food, and then we're like, oh yeah.
It's one way of going.
Yep. Everyone on this map building all these lovely houses for us. It's great.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, if you burn them all to the ground, you get lots of money out of them. It's good. It's a good way of doing things. So, you'd have 1, 2. Just wondering if I can expand into the holy site.
Well, you do have influence at the river
Yes,
crossing,
pretty
and
close.
you have ships.
Well, he already has units
Yeah,
here, so yeah, easy move.
it is, but do I want to do it? I don't know if I do. I think I'm going to build a stronghold.
Can you get the feeling that Jerry's faction is kind of like the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood?
Nah, don't know why you would think that. Build a little stronghold here at the river crossing.
Mm-hmm.
The Murshid, living life.
Mm-hmm. Best life?
Depends. I'll tell you when we toe up the victory points at the end of year 3.
Right. I don't particularly like how this is looking. So, what is the benefit of a castle versus the benefit of combat units? Each combat unit is worth 1 point each in combat.
Yes,
What's the castle worth compared to that?
1. Well, a fortress is 1, a castle is an upgraded, so 2.
Okay. I think I'm going to spend 6 coins
Mhm.
and do something completely ridiculous and buy 2 mercenary units.
Okay.
And I'll just pop them in the holy site as a little bit of security.
Oh, it'd be a shame if somebody paid for them to come over to their side or
Not be
got them
terrible.
to cut your throat or something. That would be horrible. I mean, who would have the influence to do that?
Yeah, I wonder.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do mercenary units count to my total of 5 per tile?
Yes.
Oh,
They,
that's
they are just another unit.
terrible.
He's looking at this.
They
He's
don't
looking at this hex, wondering what.
They don't have to go into the same one. You could put 1 there and 1 in your other area.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, because that's going to help.
I mean,
He might not go into
Tesco's
the
every
quarry.
little helps.
I would go into the quarry, to be fair, though, if I was going into anywhere, because it's worth so much money. Unlike the mountains. Why do you even build in the mountains to begin with, Caliph?
Why did you repaint it?
We were up there in the mountains. There's literally nothing else to do in the mountains except repaint it.
I don't know.
I mean, is there perhaps something from here you would like to buy to help you along? Because you know it's coming and you know the cards are going to, maybe save you a little bit.
Well, you were right about one thing, Justin. The veteran card is terrible.
Yeah, I know. I had a plan for that
Then why'd you sell it to me?
because that was my plan for that.
I love how it's currently a 3v1. He's meant to be my best friend, and
Never trust the Sultan. Oh, never trust the Sultan.
Like, I have done nothing against you.
Look at this relentless expansion out here. This needs to be
you know
knocked
that
back.
holy site and all that in the middle of it. Yeah, that's looking quite fancy right now. Do you want to trust John? Can we just wipe him?
Well,
did I do?
He's the one that will let me cross the river.
I haven't even built much of a military. I'm just sitting here. I hired some guards to keep the riffraff out of the holy site.
That's the worst bit. Right.
Don't worry, I have a plan.
That's
I have
good.
never been more terrified in my life.
How many coins have I got? 7. I'm going to buy 2 mercenary units for 6.
That's you're paying
Excessive.
over the odds.
Yeah, I really,
Really
am.
paying over the odds for that.
If you're playing the 5-player version, the 5th faction is the Nomads. And like the Sultan's Market, all the mercenaries go via the Nomads. So you're buying them from another player. So you're having to bargain or barter to hire mercenaries.
You would be rich.
Yeah.
Right. We are on to our fourth action for year 2.
Oh, here it comes.
Is he ready? I see that grin.
Where do we go? We have so many options. All this potential just sat there. Just sat there. I am first going to. I'm going to end the year in a high.
Yes.
I'm going to assault.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need to remind people that I actually do war and not just gather people.
So where are you going to war?
I can choose how many units I send, yeah?
Yeah.
I can.
You can anywhere from all or nothing.
Okay.
Does it have to be one location, or can you split them to multiples?
With the move.
If I'm moving, I can move, but I can only move into adjacent hexes that aren't in anyone's influence.
Yeah, so the assault is a different thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I can only assault an adjacent hex where another player has control.
So you have to pick one target.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my question.
So I'm going to devote half of this force,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to send it north.
Oh, hello.
Into here.
Okie dokie.
And we'll start a combat.
So that will be a combat in there. Oh, very much so.
Yeah. He has a fortification, but he doesn't have any units in there.
I assume my influence doesn't count for squat.
No. Influence, like I said, it's how much the people like you. It's whether or not you want to vote.
I'm going to make sure that the people that like you aren't there anymore.
Cards, play those first if you want to play them. Obviously, you've got yours
My warfare card.
permanently on
Playing
call.
2 cards.
He's going to play it. Ooh.
This is why you do it simultaneously. Because he may not have played that otherwise.
not have
Now
played
he's
that.
almost certainly going to welly you with it.
I'm going to well.
I have one more.
No. That's why you have to play them simultaneous.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
So your opponent takes -1 combat strength. During the remove card step, your opponent takes this card into their hand. And then I have infantry. Assign one of your units in this combat. I don't have units in this combat, so I'll have to use the other one, which is during the casualty step, reduce the... well, that one does nothing. Damn it.
It always starts with this anyway.
Okay.
So you must assign half of your half of your units to that card, rounding down.
Yep.
So that's going to give you a +2.
Mm-hmm.
You've got +2 units there. So you're on a combat total of 4 currently.
Mm-hmm.
Then it would be attackers cards if you had any others for events and stuff, which you don't. So now we go to defenders cards.
Yep. So I will minus him by 1.
So down to 3.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The other one does nothing.
The other one does nothing. What's it say it do?
Assign one of your units in this combat. I don't have units in this combat.
Just double check in case your fortress counts as a unit, because it certainly counts as a combat thing, because it allows you to fight. So potentially, I would imagine you might be able to add one to that. But even if you do,
I will only
you'll lose.
Because I assume my regular little towns don't count towards anything.
No, you'll see what they count towards in a moment.
Conscripts.
Okay, so while they count towards the total in here, they don't count as units.
Yeah, so this does nothing.
Yep.
So I do lose.
You do lose. You lose 4 to 1. 1 means you're
3
not,
to 1 because corrupt
yeah.
does work.
but it means you're not going to be taking any casualties, because the casualty is half his value rounded down. So 1 rounds to nothing. 1 will go back to your reserve because of warfare, mind you. And then you've got a choice, John.
Yeah.
Burn them to the ground for quick hard cash right now, or leave them where they are, but take control of them. So you could take that as a fortress.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
So you get to give it a coat of new paint.
Okay.
I don't.
Paint the walls.
I don't need money. I just need.
It's so rare to hear that. You don't need money.
And does my influence go away as well?
No, you can have influence in there, but
That's fair enough.
but
It
not
won't last long.
not control. If John then wants to try to influence the people in that area to come over to him, He's now got 3 in there against your influence marker of 1.
Got it.
And,
All right.
and so unless you start chucking cards in.
This goes to your hand, John. And this sits in front of me.
Right.
Well, that kind of hurt.
Warlord's on the move.
Had to end the year in a high.
Always end the year in a high.
Needed a summer house.
It's a nice place
In
to
the barren
go.
wastelands.
Why not?
You literally just attacked a farm in the middle of nowhere.
Somebody already built it, so, less effort on my
It
part.
was there today.
I'm going to go for spreading my influence.
Okay.
Because I like to spread my influence. And I'm going to use my ships to spread my influence so I can ignore this river.
Uh-huh.
And it's adjacent to one of mine now.
Uh-huh.
So that happens there. And that's all I want to do.
Okay. I am actually going to use my Conspire, so if you can give me that deck, please, Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
I get to look at the top 10 cards.
10, yep.
Put 1 into each empty slot, and then
The rest.
shuffle the rest, and they go to the bottom.
Watch him take any card I would actually potentially want and then just
Well, no, they're
sticks it to the bottom.
well, that could be a good tactic.
Those top 10 cards are all green now.
Mm-hmm. All right, Shay, are you going to be doing any buying? I would guess not, because you don't have a lot of money.
Oh, you can't be discussing that in your turn. Or are you trying to make? Oh, this is terrible. Oh no. Now we've got to kill
I have to
everybody.
look through 10 of these.
Oh.
I might be best doing that off camera, so as I don't stall the game. So if Shay's not buying, we can move on, and I can do this off camera. If he is buying, I need to do it now.
But he won't know until you've put them out there.
Well, this is a fair point.
You're literally
Yeah,
trying to meta
yeah.
this game. Like, stop
You're
that.
trying to make him skip a phase where he may want to buy the stuff. This is just appalling. He's just the worst person.
It's okay, I'll buy every single card he has with just this 1 coin.
I will
See,
say
he sets the price. So,
Do you know what I'll do? Because I'll flick it in his head and kill him instantly.
Oh, nice.
I will say this. I think black and pink are colours that work well together.
They are.
I think that's my foreign policy moving forward.
I have the 3 that I'm going to pick.
Blue works well, green doesn't.
So we have some cavalry,
Mhm.
some ships, and an assassinate, which is actually a really interesting card.
It is. There's no
So-
point shuffling. We're never getting to the bottom of this deck.
Oh, fair enough.
We have 1 turn left.
Shay, I'm just going to say it now. You may want that assassinate because it allows you to cancel an opponent's card.
Yeah, it's nice and all, but I've got numbers.
I find numbers works.
Yeah, he knows all about it, trust me.
It's a great card if somebody happens to play something against you, like a general or an imam or whatever it happens to be. If they don't play a character card, it's just a useless card. And who knows what I've got in my hand. Go on then, Caliph.
Right. John, I'm sorry.
He's not sorry at all. Look at him. Look at him. I'll get my cards on standby here.
I know what he's going to do.
I'm so sorry. I really don't want to attack you, but I literally have nothing else I could possibly do. I don't want to buy a card, because you're just going to put them in there and attack me next round whenever you have 27 of them.
And if you knock him out of that space, you'll kill his influence there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think.
Again, no.
I
He'll
don't
still
know.
have influence there until
Oh, yeah,
he tries to
sorry, I
use
keep forgetting.
influence. Yeah.
I don't think I'd honestly care if I was, because I'm not really intending to, expand that direction, Shay.
No, you go ahead. I'm just waiting. We're just waiting here,
Sorry.
over here on this side.
Fine.
We're waiting.
See, now it's a 2v1v1.
It was always a 2v2. We knew that from the start. Seeing the way you were butting up to each other.
Because now
the
he's
game told
turned
us.
round on Shay. It's kind of like, well, now it's 3-on-1, so more or less. You and I are kind of suspicious, but we both want him out. Yeah, there you
What
go.
did I do?
There's one thing we
Everything.
can agree on. Yeah.
Look who has the most VP on this table. Do I? No.
We don't know, because some of those could be 5s and 3s or 1s. I haven't been keeping contact as to what's out there.
All I'm saying is people have more than me.
People have more tokens, but those tokens can go up to 10.
What would happen if I moved a unit in there? Do I just get that? Is that just now 9?
Yeah.
I just do that.
Just the people there don't like you. They think you're smelly.
Peace in our time, John. Peace in our time.
For now.
Peace in our time.
I have presence there, but I don't control it currently.
I'll move 2 actually in there.
So just a wee move, just a cheeky move. It's the only move you're doing. Couple in there. Okay.
It does mean you'll get the money for the quarry.
Sure.
Hopefully.
It's the only move.
Yeah, I don't think I can move anywhere else. Everyone else controls
Well,
everyone
that'll
around me.
end our year.
Yep. So scoring then. Start with our warlord.
Yes. So, primary objectives.
Yep.
Win a combat.
Yeah, you did up here.
Oh, you should always get those automatically.
Yep, win a combat, so did that.
You didn't sack anything or raise it to the ground or anything for.
Yep. I didn't sack or do anything, as you're right. Have a castle, no. Control, no.
Is it specifically a castle or a fort?
It
Or a
has to be
stronghold, rather?
castle. Have a castle and an influence token on the same
Yeah.
hex. No. Have at least 4 units on the map. Well, that's the year 1 objective. It doesn't matter. That's just winning a combat is the only thing.
Okay.
I think you have one where you have a contiguous run, don't you?
Of
4
4?
more.
Yeah.
That's something you should look out for. End of
Yeah.
end of year 3.
Yeah.
Because I can win you big there. Okay. So for myself, for each of my influence tokens on the map, I get 2 VP if I'm on the same as a city. So I'm going to get 2 for there. 1 for a town. So that's 3. 1 for fertile land without. So I'm up to 4. And 1 if I've got a stronghold and quarry or mountain hex. So I actually do have a stronghold and mountain now. So that's 5. Secondary objectives: don't control the holy site. Don't have an influence on the holy site. Have at least 2 of your strongholds on the map. Don't have a stronghold yet. Just got the 1. So that's me. So where are we up to then, Sultan?
Right, so for every city on the map, I gain 1. So I've got 1. I don't get any of the sub ones. I do have the holy site, so that's 5. And I don't have any of my others.
Okay, so you're going to get 6 then.
No. So I got 1 for my city.
Yes.
4 for the...
Oh,
holy
right.
site.
I thought it was 5 for the holy site.
No, just 4. It's you that gets 5 for the holy site.
I've not read yours. That's why I don't know.
Yeah. So that's fine. And then on to you.
Caliph Sherbert.
I get practically jack. Don't control at least 4 hexes or more than any other player. Don't control the holy site. Don't control 2 quarries and a river crossing, and I don't control 2 quarries or 1 quarry and a river crossing.
Do
You do get your
control.
primary though.
Let's just go back to the map. I know we keep showing us rather than the map, which is very confusing for people. That's a quarry and that's a quarry. What the colours of the things in the quarries? Are they blue?
Yeah, but I also have to control river crossing.
Right, so you need all 3. Okay, grand. And what were the other things?
Oh yeah, 2 quarries. Control 2 quarries for the second one. 2 victory points.
So you do get victory points for the quarries. See, don't be too keen to flip on through there,
I think
Shabo.
you've missed your primaries though.
Yeah, I'm doing them now, Justin.
Okay, sorry.
Calm down.
People normally do primary first.
No, because I'm different, okay?
Special.
I'm better than you. 1 victory point for each I control. So 1, 2,
So 3?
Yep. 1 additional if it's the same as the city. It is not. And 1 additional victory point if it's the same hex as your castle and influence token. So that one.
So
1 more.
another 1 there.
Yay.
So not none. Quite a few, actually.
Yeah, but they're all 1s.
Ah, you say that. You say that.
Pennies
There's
add
some 3s in there. That's the end of year 2 then. So income phase for year 3. All right, we're back for year 3, our final year. And the first thing we need to do is see what income people are going to be garnishing. So our warlord, you have some fertile land.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be worth 1.
2 fertile land.
2 fertile land. And then you also have a town up here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's worth another 1.
Yep.
So 3.
There you
Unfortunately,
taxes, sir.
the wilderness, it's no fun for anyone. For myself then, I have mountains and deserts, which are worth nothing because they're terrible. I have 3 bits of fertile land. So that's 3, 1 town and 2 for a city. So that's 6, which is
Your taxes.
delightful. Thank you very much.
Right.
Always a pleasure doing business with me.
So for myself, I'll get, I think it's just 6 for my towns and cities, and I think that's it. Unless the holy site is worth anything.
No, Holy Site's not.
So it's just 6 coins for myself.
I think it's only worth VP anyway.
No taxation without representation, that's what I say.
For myself, I'll get 3 for each quarry
So 6 for those,
and 1 for the fertile land.
up to 7.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, sir.
Thank you.
Shocking. I need
Right.
to come screaming out of the deep desert.
Mhm.
Reserves. Warlord. You've got more than 3 on the board, so you're not going to get any for that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Caliph,
Yeah,
Filled
the
out.
same. Exact
4, and you're over the board there.
same. Yep.
Okay. So upkeep, cards in front of you go back to your deck, or hand, rather. And we are ready to kick into the final set of actions for the final year.
Okay.
Warlord.
Yeah. At what point can I go to the market?
It's an action to buy a card, so you
All right,
can do
so
it.
it would be an action
it'd
instead
be
of
an-
doing anything on them.
Instead of doing anything on the board, you'll get a chance to buy from any of those.
I don't have time for that. That just sounds amazingly boring. So
Man's got a point.
I would like to. I'd like to try and get some influence in this.
Yeah,
Tax up
so
here.
then you can use it to mass later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Where's our little challenge
There
token?
you
We're,
are.
we're going to challenge that
Yep.
hex.
So in this case, well, you have troops, you have a fortress,
Mm-hmm.
civilians, so you're already ahead of the game. So it's whether or not any cards are going to be thrown in here first.
I am not.
Cool.
It's just be a 3-1 victory then.
So
Sweet.
I get bounced.
You get bounced
And I
and you
place.
put your influence in there.
Haha.
Here's the curvy swords coming out of the desert now.
Mhm.
Okay, for myself, I will. I'm going to upgrade my stronghold.
So how many does it cost you to upgrade?
It cost me 3. I'd like 2 back, please.
Okay. There you go. Exchange it.
Thank you. And that upgrades there. Not coming into my river. Stay out of my river. Just saying. You have to pay a toll if you want to cross my river.
I'm going in that river whether you like it or not.
I know you are. That's why I'm building that now. On we go to the Sultan.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. The last thing we should have done in the
yes.
upkeep was chuck the last 2.
Oh, both of them?
Both.
Okay.
He thought I was going to buy those.
What have we got? An imam and an elder. +2 in an influence contest. That would have been handy.
Mm-hmm.
Or remove a mercenary unit belonging to any player in an active hex or adjacent hex and return to their supply.
Well, I am going to be going to the market.
Hmm.
So for the princely sum of 2,
Mm-hmm.
I will buy myself a rebel.
Okie dokie. That 2 goes to me, not to the.
Apologies.
Thank you.
So I'll have that. And from here, I will take the cavalry for free.
Mm.
And that will be all I'm going to do, I think, unless there's anything really good up here.
All sorts of excellent stuff. Should pay particular attention to the pink cards. They're very good.
Actually, I think I'm going to buy the cavalry.
All right, that's been done.
And everything can shimmy up.
Yep.
I get the feeling I'm about to just get attacked, so I want some combat power to assist me, because
No
my
idea.
guys are not very good.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I wouldn't either. It doesn't seem to make sense when you think about it.
See, our secret alliance is actually finally working.
Speaking of which,
Yes, it's on to me.
It is.
I mean, it's not exactly looking great for me.
It's not looking terrible.
You've got a lot more influence than me. He's got a bigger army than I do. And we just won't talk about him.
But look at all your filthy victory points you have there.
Yeah, but they're all ones, that's the problem.
You keep saying this.
They're all ones.
Don't believe that for a second. I've handed you some threes.
Oh, I didn't even know. I haven't looked at them, to be honest.
See?
I think first thing we're going to do is buy mercenaries.
Okay.
Ooh.
For 6 again.
Yes.
Wow.
Indeed.
2 mercs.
Indeed.
Spending a lot of money on that.
That's the caliphate for you, just chucking it around.
Mm-hmm.
We've got it lying around. It's not being used for anything else.
Apparently.
That's me.
That's
Is that
it.
you?
That's me. It's my
Okay.
action.
End of action 1. Action 2 then.
Mm-hmm.
And warlord time.
The Warlord.
We're going to mass.
Wow.
Single mass or... Because there's only 2 actions left after this one.
They're no mass.
And then it's game over, yeah.
Mm.
So if you go for your extreme mass, you can lift your influence and put 2 down in each of those 3 hexes. And then that gives you 2 turns to assault in random directions.
But I'd only get 2 assaults because each assault is one thing. So
Yeah.
I can only max take two hexes
Mm.
in the last action.
Unless you start
Last
taking
2
hexes
actions.
now.
Is the influence worth anything to you, though? Where
Not
it currently is?
particularly.
No. So, I mean, removing the influence and putting a load of figures, at least it throws out threat for later actions.
True.
Because then it means the caliphate are unlikely to come swarming in, which means then you could always go in and burn his capital to the ground for fun and profit.
That is, yeah, cool. Right, yeah, we're gonna chuck all the influence out and mass everybody,
Burn it all.
burn it all.
So we need 2 for this one.
Yep. 2 in there. And do we do each of them as
Oh,
well?
yeah.
Do it all
Yeah, they all get to go.
Oh,
burn
wow.
those.
Oh, there's no point in messing around.
The beacons are lit. Gondor calls for aid.
Everybody's going to call for aid in a minute.
and all of a sudden, it's very squeaky bum time for everybody on this map because nobody knows what direction the warlord's going to go in. Even a peaceful move into...
If I try to move peacefully, I am literally conflicting with
Oh,
anybody.
well, that's true, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's only one place in the map. You could go into my fertile land.
Yep.
Just to deny me victory points because I don't know if it would... Yeah, it's one of those.
That is me ready.
Yeah,
I mean, turn.
you do look it. You look ready.
Yeah, you look ready.
That's the one.
Yep.
Okay. I might hire some mercenaries. Might buy some cards.
Anything tasty down there for you?
Yeah, there's a couple. That's interesting. That's fascinating. I like that. Yeah, I'm going to buy from the market.
Okay.
I'm going to take that. Insight is worth 1 there. Let me just see.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll buy the insight as well because it's only 1 from there.
There you go, sir. Shuffling up.
Yes. Do that. And it's off to the Sultanate. He's off to the races. Guards. Compel.
I'll say it now. Just these are. I'm going to put on the market for 3, just in case.
Right.
They'll cost you 5.
At what point can I do that? Does that take up an action?
It's an action.
Right,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
No, don't have time for that.
Not when there are cities to be raised. Why would you bother?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All done?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the best thing for me to do? I think I'm going to actually take a move action.
Mm-hmm.
So from where I am on the board, I'm going to just move 1 to here,
Okie dokie.
just to deny you the victory point on that.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to be doing.
Nice.
It says that.
I may buy from the shop. I may buy.
Okay. I will put my stuff on the market for free.
Good man. Let's go for assassinate.
Assassinate, which is where?
In your market.
Yep, that's free for you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And anything from the rest of the market?
Who's this guy? Ravager? He looks like a lovely chap.
Mm-hmm. Does some nasty, nasty things in combat.
What? Leave a unit from adjacent hex and see active hex. Oh, okay. I've only got 2 coins left, but he costs 2 coins.
Yeah.
It's near the end of the year.
And I'll be giving those coins to you, because it's one of your cards.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't do commerce.
That is very true.
I haven't spent a single penny.
Well, there you are then.
Sweet.
You enjoy those.
There you go, sir.
Thank you very much.
We actually use them as medallions.
Oh, very nice.
Stitch them onto your armor
Yeah.
as some form of
Additional
scale mail.
Yep.
It's a way to do it.
Shimmy up, Jerry.
I will do.
It's a sign of wealth, you see.
It makes sense.
I'm wearing all the coins that I've earned.
Who needs stealth?
There we go. So third action.
Mm-hmm.
Warlord.
Should I get my cards ready?
I'm going to chuck everything in this hex into the holy site
Okay.
because there's no river crossing there.
Well,
Yeah, that's fine.
Very true, yeah.
So all we're going to go in and
I would love to help.
play.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near you.
Are you
I'd
just
love
gonna,
to help, but I don't want to.
Well, let's do it right this time.
Yep.
How many cards are you putting in?
you don't say how many cards. You just choose your cards and then declare them at the same time.
Okay. Well, I'm ready. If
I'm
John
ready.
wants. Declare. 4.
He's won.
All right. So I've got 1, 2 combat power in there. 3 becomes 4.
Well, stop counting yours up. He's the attacker.
Oh yeah, sorry.
He goes
sorry,
first.
Sorry.
And that can change how things go.
Okay. Go ahead, John. Work yours out.
But what I will say is, do you want my help?
Yeah, sure.
Jerry, I will pay
What's-
you a random victory point token here. If you
Oh, no, I don't want a random victory point token. I'll take 5 victory points off you if you don't want me to help John.
Daylight robbery.
Is it though?
It is.
You sure?
No, I'm not helping you.
No? All right then.
I'm not going to be the kingmaker on this one.
That's fine.
I mean, if you were reasonable and said like 2.
But you could have negotiated, but no, you didn't want to. Okay then. So start with your warfare. It always goes first.
Mm-hmm. So +1 combat strength.
For each.
Yep.
And 2 will have to go on the card. So right off the bat, 4 combat strength there.
Mm-hmm.
5, 6 currently.
Yep.
And then your cards.
We'll add an additional. So it's only a town. So it's 1,
Town. But there's also a mercenary unit in there as well.
2.
If you put them all down, because some of them activate in different orders.
All right. I'll let you do it.
Okie dokie. So there's no characters in there, so my assassinate isn't going to work. As a killy thing, which is a terrible, terrible shame. You can have everything. So then you can work out, yeah, you've got no active, so they all, well, actually that will go first, the event, and then the other 3 will trigger afterwards.
Okay.
So what have you got then?
Basically just +1 combat strength.
Throw up the map.
So basically, because there's a town,
Mhm.
+1 combat strength. Specifically says town, so my fortress doesn't get it as well.
Okay, so you're going to get 1, 2, 3 for the rebel.
Yeah. And then my cavalry will give me an additional +1
Mm-hmm.
onto him.
So that's 4.
This will give a +1. This will give a +1. So I think it's totaling out at
So
6.
6. -1 for corruption, down to 5.
Ah,
You lose by 1.
Well, doesn't this just suck?
You gave me that card too.
Yeah.
But the card forces
The
you to.
card
I thought I was
forces
using
you.
it at the right
You
moment.
can have it back, but you
Yeah,
didn't
it does
use
come back to me during the
You didn't
casualty
use
step.
it at the right moment.
Yeah. So casualties wise, then you would inflict 3 casualties.
Mhm.
He only has 1, so that one will go. Likewise, you would also inflict some casualties.
2.
5 it goes to 2. Yeah. So they'll go, which means you won't get sack.
Mm.
So that'll go back to your doohickey, and they'll go to your doohickey as well.
Well, the corruption comes to my hand.
Yep. Then the events go, and the rest go back to your
Yeah,
front of
but
you for the
we won't have another year, so makes all the difference.
which is so very close to actually removing him. If only he hadn't had all the cards.
And I did win a combat there, so
Do you want to combat? So you'll get a VP,
yes.
but you won't get to burn anything to the ground.
Yeah.
No.
Or at least not this turn.
There's one more.
There is one more turn. That's true. Right. Who's next? Is it me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What will I do? It's a good question. I think I may muster. I'm going to muster into the deep desert. So muster lets me drop 2 mercenaries in from my supply,
Oh, lovely.
which is good because it doesn't cost me 6 because I don't have 6 to pay. And that's me,
We're all broke apart from the guy who doesn't spend money.
Sultan.
Yeah, there's not really much I can do except for I think I'm going to try and expand my influence into here to see if I can knock you out of that area.
Okie dokie. So that will be a influence challenge. So cards first.
Ready?
Yep.
I will play corruption.
I won't play anything.
Fair enough. So choose another player in the influence contest. That player takes a -1 influence during the remove card step. The chosen player takes this card to their hand.
That's fine. You will take that area.
Have your token, sir.
And Caliphate.
And to me,
Mm-hmm.
I have options now. I don't like having options, but I have them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mhm.
I think I'm going to have to attack a John. Unfortunately.
But has he waited too long?
You still have that card though.
He
played it.
He always has that card.
Oh, right.
It
So
immediately returns to my hand after you.
sorry, it's confusing me
It's-
because it's laying down in front of me.
Yeah, because it's the only card he has because he hasn't been bothered buying
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
There's no point in building a hand.
You know what? It's like the second last turn. We may as well make it something cool. So I'm going to assault that.
Going in heavy.
Okie dokie. So cards first. Are you going to play any, John? Need to. You know, sometimes playing that card is worse for you, depending on what he throws in.
Yeah.
Although in this case, I don't think it will be. Boucher. Oh, have you made a terrible mistake? Oh no.
Are we ready? Thankfully. Wow, who would have guessed it?
So warfare goes first.
I'm predictable.
To go out.
2 go out, bumping them to 4. So you've got 7 to beat currently.
Right. Well, my first one was veterans, which means if one of my mercenary was to die, they don't,
Okay.
which is nice. Also got Ravager, which I can move a unit from an adjacent hex into the one we're currently in.
Ooh.
I'm going to move that one in there. And I've got cavalry. Do both of those go off, or is it just one of them?
believe you pick one.
Okay. So it literally doesn't matter. If in a fertile hex, +1 combat strength.
Mm-hmm.
Which
What's the other thing?
Assign one of your units to this. Give them +1 combat strength. So either way,
Yeah.
it wouldn't make a difference.
Okay. So you're on 5.
6.
6 for that. 6. Is that the best you can muster?
Mm-hmm.
7.
Mm-hmm.
You've been lamped, son.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
I don't know. You guessed it.
Right. Well, first things off. 7, so 6, 3. 3 will go back to your reserves.
Mm-hmm. Can I choose?
Yeah.
So I can go 3 mercenaries, but one of them's still there.
One of them still. Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then in retaliation, you'll do 3 of John's.
Yeah, so clear the space.
And then the blue have to retreat because they lost the combat. So you have to go back from whence you came.
Never.
These
John won a combat, so
Yep.
+1 VP for you, sir.
More victory points for the victory points god.
I get VP for people taking stuff off the map.
It's good.
I mean, he won, but he lost.
I won, but I lost. This Pyrrhic victory thing is starting to grow on me.
Final action phase then.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Warlord,
Yeah.
what's looking tasty to you?
Shay annoyed me. He annoyed me. I thought you were better than that. I really did. I had
Yeah.
faith in you.
So did I.
I
I see this going into the quarry in a big way in a moment.
Yeah. That's exactly where it's going.
Who wants support from me? What's it worth to you?
I couldn't care less because he's going to use that card and I'm going to lose anyway.
You might not lose.
Jerry does have quite the stack.
I've got some interesting cards. You know,
Is one place worth... I'm going to guess you're going to ask for 5 victory points.
I might not.
Well, how much are you asking?
How much support do you want?
Do I really care about that place? What do I get for it? 1 point?
Yeah, could make all the difference to you. But if he's charging more than what it's going to earn you,
No.
Unless you want 1 point, that's not worth it for me. Well, then, that's all right.
That's what you burn. Do you want to help Warlord? Double down, make sure he goes out in style.
I mean, he's probably going to go out in style anyway.
He's got a couple of cards left, and he's got 4 combat in there. Combat potency. I mean, yeah, you are going to ruffle stomp him without really having to. Unless those cards are particularly spanking.
I'm potentially running in there with 10 combat power.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That is a full hex moving into another.
now, a silly question. The ship card says you can play at any time. Does that mean you can play it on anyone, or does it have to be on yourself?
You play it on yourself unless
Okay, unless it's you.
you're
Okay.
me and you're adjacent.
Got it. I was just thinking there might have been a way to stymie Jerry.
There wasn't a river in the way.
No.
There's not a river in the way. I'm just going to roll in there.
Without any help. Nobody needs the Murshid.
No.
What a
Sorry.
terrible shame.
So move yourself on in.
Because we don't do things in half measures.
No, apparently not. Cards first then.
See my incredible card. Oh, wait, yeah.
Going to play any cards?
No. No.
I assume you're not going to play any cards then,
I
is it?
don't need to.
No.
No.
Okay. So it is a massive thumping.
Yeah, 7-4.
7-4, you'll lose 2, but you'll lose both of your little units in there. And then the choice is yours. You can burn that to the ground
Burning it.
for the cash money or repaint it.
If you repaint it, I think
It's
you
a-
get VP.
Is it worth repainting?
It's worth if you're looking to hold on to things, but I don't think your victory points have any strongholds in there, do they?
No, but I have to sack it.
We don't have to, but you can.
I get VP for sacking.
Oh, in that case, yeah, definitely sack it.
Yeah.
100% burnt to the ground. How many VP do you get for that?
That is a stronghold, was that?
Yep.
So it counts as a castle.
Mhm.
So three VP for that.
3 for that.
Very nice.
And then Uno for winning the victory.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, Warlord. Bring it in for the big win on the last turn, huh? I might play a card somewhere.
I mean, the most I've done is move north and move south 1 hex and just caused problems.
Chaos.
Just caused problems.
Although I do find it funny the amount of shade thrown my way through the game going, oh, look at the Sultan, and look at how many VP the rest of you have.
Again, we don't know what those VP are.
Yeah,
Oh
we
no, I
don't-
haven't been talking about your VP. I'm just talking about how bad of a friend you are.
Yeah,
All right.
because bear in mind,
That's
at the end of the game, we've got one more round of scoring, and we know that's worth 4 by itself. At which point you come stomping up behind us at a rate of knots. I'm going to. I'm going to set fire to one of your towns.
Fun.
I'm going to incite a war in here.
Okay.
So choose a hex controlled by another player, and then just place a mercenary counter in there. My last one.
Okay.
And then start combat.
Okay.
So, combat. First things first, any cards?
Nope. Nothing to play. I burnt myself out trying to defend against John.
You shouldn't tell me that until I nominate what
I
cards I'm going to
really
use.
don't care because I can't win because you'll win the tie anyway.
That's true. Well, I'm still going to throw a +1 in there because I can never be entirely certain that you're not going to try and throw me a curveball in some way.
Nope. But what that also does is it kills the mercenary.
Mm,
So you will take that then.
I will. It's very nice. I like that.
Mhm.
And because at this stage in the game, I've nothing else to do with my time, I'm going to set fire to the building for 2 coins.
Nice.
Mean.
I'd like 2 coins, please.
What did that small little farmstead ever do to you?
Well, at the moment, I've got one of the lowest values of coins,
Mm-hmm.
but in the case of a tie for victory points, coins is second,
Ah,
so that it can be a tiebreaker.
I see.
So, yeah,
So it's on to myself then.
it is onto yourself.
I'm just going to move down into the fertile land here, which has been left open.
Mm. And Caliphate.
Start a fight with him in the last. Just
Yeah,
that
He's-
last
there's
little
one
slap over
mercenary unit in
We
there.
were just walking through the countryside and having a beautiful day.
and then you seen our old tents and thought, oh, that's nice.
I mean, I'm not going to win it. Not going to win it, but I'm going to attack Jerry. Going to try and go in there.
Okay.
Actually, won't matter. I've got nothing left to lose.
Any cards?
Oh, let me have a look at. Oh, would you look at that?
Yep.
Right.
Ready? So, you're the attacker. You go first.
So first one is siege engine. Your stronghold doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Then kill a character person if
Don't
you
have a
any.
character.
So, yeah.
So, you're currently on 3.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been on 4, but you've removed my stronghold from counting because you're siege engine.
Yep.
Corrupt will -1 to your combat strength, so it's currently
2 on 2.
2-2, and my cavalry gives me +1, so it's a 3-2.
Nice.
So victory to me. You'll lose 1 of your units in there as well, and the other ones will have to sod off.
Killing your expensive mercenary.
Well,
Oh no,
the best part about that is you don't have to pay them if they're dead.
because they were so good to begin with.
I think these boys were smart enough to get the money up front.
Yeah, probably.
Now, that's the end of action turn 4 in year 3, so we just have to do a final round of
Yeah.
totaling
Tying
up for VP.
So for Mr. Warlord,
Yep. So
anything on the board for you?
No.
Yeah, because you were gathering as you went.
Yeah, I just burned as I went as well.
just
So,
swathes going away. So influence token on the map. I get 2 for having 1 on the city. I get 1 for having 1 in fertile hex without a town or city. And I get 1 for the stronghold and quarry. Oh, sorry, stronghold mountain.
Mhm.
So that's, where am I? 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4. Then I get 2 for having 2 strongholds on the map. So that's me up to 5, 6. Don't control the holy site. Don't have influence on the holy site. So just that, just the 6.
Right, so I will get 1 for my city,
Mm-hmm.
4 for the holy site, and I do control at least 3 hexes.
Yep.
So that's an additional 1. So there's 6 for me.
Just the 1. It's not 1 per.
Per hex you control, sorry.
Yeah.
So I control 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Oh no, sorry, just 1, 2, 3. So yeah, extra 3 on top of my 5, so 8.
Let's see. And Caliphate.
Not an awful lot. I think I only get 2 for controlling 2 hexes.
Okay.
It's not a city, there's not a castle or an influence. I don't control more than 4, don't control the holy site, don't control 2 cores on the river, and I don't control 2 cores.
Nope, well, that'll harden you. Give me 1 back and I'll give you a 3. And then you can total up what you have.
There you go.
Thank you.
$23.
1, 2, 3 is 18. 23.
Oh.
But I have more coins than you currently.
Yep.
And we don't do the final income phase because that'll be the start of the next turn. Where are you at?
Not enough. 23.
Wait, you're on 23 as well?
No, wait. No, 20. Sorry.
20.
17.
17.
So
So
Jerry wins by coinage.
the Murshid win by the skin of my coins.
I honestly thought I was way further behind in points on this game.
Told you.
Yep.
I also like the fact that you don't see what people's victory points are. You just see little bounds of Crescent Moons going around. I'm very disappointed nobody wanted to give me cash money. People would just hand over the victory points earlier. That would have been much, much easier. But there you have it. That is the 4-player version of Crescent Moon. So, like I say, the 5-player one expands the maps and then also adds in the nomads as a faction where you end up having to buy the mercenaries from them. So there's a lot going on where you've got negotiations between people for support, although nobody wanted my support. You could have won if you got my support. Just saying, lads. It's on you. But there is a lot that you can start to experiment with. The Murshid's actually quite tricky because what you want to try and do is keep everybody off kilter.
Yeah.
So you never want to just go permanently with one person supporting, although I didn't have to in any of these cases.
Well, I mean, I felt constantly threatened, so I couldn't just build up my cities, and I couldn't generate enough income to actually get the engine running.
You're the army that you're meant to help.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Hang on. I gave you free stuff from the market.
That's
2
true.
free cards, one of them which did
That's
nothing.
the advice this gave me.
That's appalling. Anyway, there you have it, folks. If you're interested, you should be able to pick up a copy of Crescent Moon now. Let us know what you think of this below, and we're going to move on and see you again soon. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.